Today we have with us Carol Weirer. Listen to her story to determine if her case can be considered medical malpractice.
So I've had 17 surgeries to correct my scratched right eye cornea, and none of them were effective in relieving me of my pain. That's when I went to Dr. X to undergo ocular inoculation on my right eye, which is a procedure to remove my right eye completely. For the operation, I was put under general anesthesia. However, not too long into the operation, I began gaining consciousness. I remember thinking to myself that the procedure must have been finished. That's when I began to hear music and voices. Um, as I gained more and more consciousness, the music and voices became louder and clearer. I heard the voice go, "Cut deeper, pull harder." That was the moment that I realized the surgery was still going on and I had been woken up during it. The medical personnel in the room were discussing how the ventilator that was supposed to provide me with the correct dosages of anesthesia was not working.
How did this make you feel?
I felt absolutely terrified. I could feel no pain, but I could feel the pressure as the surgeon cut into my body. I tried screaming and yelling and that I was awake, however, no sound came out of my mouth. I tried moving to signal to the surgeon that I was awake. However, I could not move. The amount of anesthesia that was administered wasn't enough to keep me asleep, but it was enough to keep me from being able to control my speech and motion. My body was paralyzed and I was absolutely traumatized. I'm now being treated for post-traumatic stress disorder.
Viewers, it is now up to you to decide if Carol's case constitutes as being medical malpractice. Log on to our website to participate in the poll to voice your opinion.
This would be considered a medical malpractice case. The four pillars of negligence were met, and the anesthesiologist owed a duty to Carol, and there was an obligation for the anesthesiologist to make sure that Carol was under the appropriate amount of anesthetic during the entire procedure. And there was a breach in this duty because Carol woke up during the surgery and she was aware of what was happening. There is a causal connection between this breach of duty and the injury that was caused to the patient. If not for the low dosage of anesthetic, Carol would not have woken up during her surgery and would not face a lifetime of trauma. And damages occurred, the trauma that Carol faces as a result of this situation. Thank you.
Carol, her attorney, the anesthesiologist, Dr. Y, and Dr. Y's attorney meet for a pretrial conference. In this case, Carol is the plaintiff and Dr. Y is the defense. This is because Carol is suing Dr. Y for malpractice. The goal of the pretrial conference is to settle the malpractice case before it goes to trial.
My client, Carol, woke up during surgery due to a low dose of anesthesia being administered. As a result, my client now faces immense trauma and is undergoing treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder. Therefore, my client intends to sue for punitive damages. My client demands these punitive damages above and beyond the actual damages, to deter Dr. Y from causing similar trauma to other patients in the future.
My client, Dr. Y, intends to settle this malpractice lawsuit out of court. Therefore, he intends to pay the punitive damages.
This is a real case that occurred in 1998 in Reston, Virginia. Carol sued the anesthesiologist for medical malpractice. The case was settled out of court for several $1 million. Although this case dates back to 1998, the issue evident in this case is still prominent. It is estimated that in every 1,000 patients, 1 or 2 wake up during surgery. This is referred to as anesthesia awareness. After this incident, Carol founded the Anesthesia Awareness Campaign. This campaign aims to make brain monitors the standard of care. Brain monitors would monitor the brain activity, which under complete anesthesia would be between 40 and 60%. This is important for medical practitioners because even though no pain is felt as a result of anesthesia awareness, it does cause extensive trauma to the patient waking up during surgery. 41% of those who experience anesthesia awareness face lifelong trauma. It is highly gruesome for the patient to hear how the surgeon is cutting into his or her body. Therefore, it is important that medical practitioners take all the necessary precautions to make sure the patient doesn't wake up during surgery.
My client Carol, she woke up during my client Carol. My client Carol woke up during dang it, I'm sorry. My client My client Carol woke up during surgery due to a low My client Carol woke up during surgery. I'm sorry. Okay. My client Carol woke up during surgery due to a low dose of anesthesiology. Dang it! My client Carol woke up during surgery due to a low dose. My client Carol woke up during surgery due to a low dose of anesthesia being administered. My client Carol. Okay. I
don't even know what's so funny.
Nothing. Okay. My client demands these punitive damages. Damages above and beyond. Don't. You're so good.
I'm probably going to be smiling during that.
You're about to get sued for like $8 million and you're like,